Hey Libra, welcome back to Love from a Leo. My name is Tay, otherwise known as Love from a Leo, and this is your July 2020 reading. So we have the Libra energy here, so I'm going to set it right here. Hopefully you can see that. All right, we're going to start with the focus of your month. So this could have something to do with the signs that are going to be around you or the particular house that you need to look into within your natal chart, because this house will be illuminated. Then we're going to segue into the beginning, middle, and end of your July, and there will be timestamps on the screen of the dates that I'm referring to. Then lastly, we'll see what oracle cards we get for the moral of the month for you, okay? All right, so the focus that we have is Leo for you, Libra. So this could be a Leo in your life, or this could be the Leo placement within your natal chart, okay? So make it fit for whatever part that resonates with in your life. All right, so we're starting off with July 1st through the 12th. We're starting right away. 1st through the 12th for Libra. 8 of Pentacles, working hard, okay? Work. There's something that you're looking at, you're paying attention to. You want to see more progression. There is progression happening, I see, with the 8 of Pentacles, but I also feel like there's a little bit of, you know, you want it to speed up just a little bit, because the 8 of Pentacles is about mastering your craft, to becoming the master of it, but it's also kind of like this long journey to get to the finish line. Some would say that with the 8 of Pentacles, you don't even see a finish line. It's just work, right? So what are you working on? 9 of Wands. Okay, something you're very passionate about. There's definitely a Leo involved with this. This could have something to do with just your passions in general. I feel like there's a situation with feeling like you're ready, but you haven't quite finished it or something. Like with the 9 of Wands, it's about having the resources but not having the courage to do it yet. So you're right in the between stage of being ready but not yet pouncing on it as a lion would. Yes? Okay. Let's get some more clarification. What is it that you're working on? Okay, we got a lot of cards here, so I'm going to reshuffle. What is it that you're working on, Libra? Whee! Okay, so we got the Hangman in reverse. So there's something you've been making a decision on, or you've chosen to make a decision on now. So for majority of you Libras, I feel like whatever you've been working on for a long time, you finally are at the point where you're satisfied with what you've made enough to push it forward to the next level, push the envelope a little bit. I keep hearing like keep going forward, keep moving forward. So you've made this decision. Maybe you felt like you had to wait and see how the cards fail, or see how things worked out for you. Let's see, why is this Hangman energy here? I feel like it wasn't necessarily all up to you. Like, I feel like you may have had your ducks in a row, but with this Hangman energy, I feel like you were either waiting, or maybe there was like higher ups that had more control over a situation or something, thus causing you to have to pause. With the 8 of Wands, yeah, there's messages here, there's emails here. I'm seeing lots of communication, quick communication, text messages. King of Wands in reverse, King of Swords in reverse. There's Libra energy here, so this is you. So maybe you felt like this was too much to handle, or you felt like it wasn't moving at the speed that you wanted it to. And then also with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, you have the money to take care of things. You have things ready, but it's almost like it's something missing. What is it that's missing? Again, I feel like this wasn't just up to you. I feel like this was up to something or someone else. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords and Princess of Swords in reverse. So there's something that you were waiting on, maybe information from someone else or communication from someone else that was being withheld. I definitely feel like there's something to do with like advice or just understanding what the holdup is. There's something with you needing to understand why there's a pause. What is the holdup? What's the struggle? And I feel like Libra, with this Princess of Swords in reverse, I feel like you're saying, I can help you, like I can fix this, but I need to know what the problem is. I need to know why you aren't communicating. But I also feel like with the King of Swords in reverse here, Libra, you're feeling a little bit impatient, I guess is the best way to say. Maybe like impatient, or you're just not understanding. You're like, this isn't making sense. This doesn't make sense, the situation. Okay. All right. So who else is involved? Because clearly there's someone here other than yourself that I'm seeing. I'm not sure what sign. Okay, came out right away. We got 2 cards. The first one we have is Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And then we also have Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay. For some of you, I got the idea that this could be a sibling that you're worried about as well. But that's for a very few amount of people. So let's go ahead and look into how you're feeling about everything. I feel like you're a little impatient, but that's without seeing, you know, how you actually feel. All right, so we got the 7 of Swords and we got the Devil. So there's something that you feel like needs to be put out on the table. You want someone to express themselves, I feel. And then with the Devil card here, I feel like you have a goal, you have an intention, but it's not going as quickly as you want. Like there's something that you're trying to cultivate, to manifest, to happen. But for some reason, there's a hold, there's a pause. Maybe it's something that you're connected to or something that this other person is connected to. But there's definitely a pause that's happening here. You know what's interesting? I don't see any fire energy except for the 9 of Wands, which is about being kind of stuck, not necessarily going after what you know you can execute. But I don't see 2 of Wands. I don't see 3 of Wands. So it's not like you can see the future. It's more so that you know what you got, but you can't make the other person like catch up, make it happen. This is what I'm saying. There's like a game of catch up happening, game of ring around the rosy happening. All right, so let's look into how other people are seeing you. How are you showing up in the beginning of your July? All right, we got Joy. So you're happy, you're content. I don't think you're mad at this person. It's simply that I think you want things to move a little bit faster. Or maybe it's like a stop and go situation with the 8 of Wands and the Hangman here. Because it's almost like it's like it pauses for a long time and then it speeds up really, really fast and then that's it. It goes back and forth. There's a pattern here, yes? Okay. Remember, we do have Leo energy here, so maybe it's just you have a fixated way of seeing something and you want it to happen in your vision. But I do feel like you're comfortable right now. You're not stressing. You're not upset. You simply just want something to happen because this is what you feel like needs to happen. This is just something you want. Okay. Alrighty. I feel like you've had this idea for some time as well, Libra. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on into the middle of your July. So this is going to be July 13th through the 20th. Let's see what's coming up for Libra. Alright. 2 cards. We got Temperance and Ace of Cups in reverse. So I feel like some of you are trying to slow down or you're waiting on you know what? Let me rephrase that. Some of you are at the point where you realize all you can do is wait for a certain romantic or emotional connection. You're not trying to force it anymore. You realize that there's not much you can do. There's not much else that you can do. So you're just waiting at this point. What is this Ace of Cups here for? What is this connection that you're looking for? There's also maybe like a new... Oh, okay, yeah. Empress, Prince of Swords. Aquarius energy here. Someone that... Okay, for some of you, I feel like this is your son. Or for some of you, I feel like there's an Aquarius that you're trying to connect to that doesn't appreciate you or you feel like they don't appreciate you enough. So at this point, you're just waiting on them to wake up and realize who you are. So I'm seeing Aquarius energy here. Libra, I feel like in this regard, you feel like you are the Empress. But at this point, you also realize you just have to wait on it to happen. Okay. The High Priestess. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like you know who you are or you're very aware of what's happening. Like, you're not naive. It's just you feel like they have to learn to respect you as the Empress with this High Priestess energy. I feel like you've even studied how this person is. Like, I feel like you look at this person and you know how they are. You know how they react to certain things. You know when they say something what it actually means. But for some reason, they're not able to understand you enough to know that you want them to appreciate you more. What do you want them to do? What do you want them to do to show that they appreciate you? Okay, so we got 4 cards. 5 of Cups. 8 of Swords in reverse. Some of you want them to forget the past. You want them to forget where you guys messed up. Or you want them to forget maybe about their ex is what I'm saying with the 8 of Swords here as well. Then we have the Ace of Swords, 5 of Swords in reverse. You want them to communicate and tell you that they're over the past. They're over whatever was happening in the past. Because with this Ace of Swords, it's communication. It's clarity. You want them to be clear about letting go of what they cannot control, or letting go of whoever didn't want them. I feel like for some of you, it's kind of not a jealousy, but it's more so of you want to make sure that they are actually 1000% committed to you or something. It's like you just want to hear them say it. So even if, I don't even know if you care if they show it. Maybe with the Empress in reverse, like you do want them to show it, but I think it's more about what they say. Like you want them to say it with their own mouth. Especially with this being Aquarius energy, there is a sense of you needing them to communicate it, because that is what they do. They communicate. So if they're not communicating it, then most likely they're not thinking about it that way. That's what you feel. I don't know if this is how this person actually is, though. What do you want them to say besides this 5 of Swords in reverse? What is it that you want to hear them say? Death and 9 of Swords. Like you're done thinking about whoever this person was, or you're done thinking about whatever they did in the past. Whatever you did in the past, Libra. You're like, Aquarius, I need you to stop thinking about them. I need you to stop talking about them. I don't care. I don't like it. If you did something wrong, Libra, you're saying, I want you to stop worrying about that. That was the past. It already ended. Okay. All right. I guess. All right, so let's see who's a part of this. I feel like there's someone, for some of you, there's an Aquarius who's thinking about someone different, or thinking about someone in your, that you don't want them thinking about. So who is this? What sign? Sun, moon, and rising. All right, so we got Aquarius, and we also got Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. There's someone that you don't want them thinking about or talking about anymore. I mean, you can't really control what they think about, but you're like, why do you keep talking about them? Why do you keep bringing them up? Something like that. I feel like, Libra, you're really just like over that whole situation. Okay, and then for those of you who just want to know who this person is that I'm talking about, let's just see. Who are you dealing with, Libra? Who is Libra dealing with? All right, we got 3 signs. So we got Sag, Scorpio, and Libra, okay? So you could be dealing with either or, sun, moon, or rising. All right. Wow. Okay, so Libra, how are you showing up, and how is this other person showing up? All right, so we got Sun or Fire for you, and then we got Circumspection for the other person. So for you, Libra, we have Sun and Fire. So I feel like whoever you're dealing with, they feel like you're a little sporadic, like maybe you're not so focused as they want you to be. I think they feel like you're kind of all over the place, like just a little bit, just too much for them. And then for the person you're dealing with, Libra, they're showing up as Circumspection. So I feel like they have a long way to go. I feel like they're wise, like they're smart, or they've been through a lot in their life, experience. But with this Virgo and the Sun energy, I'm seeing that this is a person who looks at all the details. And if the details aren't right, then they feel like you're not right. So this is where it's starting to clash. Whereas in the beginning, this could have been something that you admired about them, but now it's starting to be something that you are getting annoyed with, because you are noticing that they care about the details, and maybe you're not so focused on the details. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so let's go ahead and segue to the end of your July. This is going to be July 21st through the 31st. All right, moving right along. All right, so we got the Star and the Wheel of Fortune. Very strong energy here. There's a wish. There's something hidden within yourself that you're starting to realize, Libra. With this Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you're realizing it just because of the time of the year, the time of the seasons, astrology-wise, and also like planetary-wise. So definitely look up where Leo is placed in your chart, because I feel like it has something to do with that. What is it that you're realizing? You're being guided. I feel like some of you are connecting with your guides. We got the Prince of Wands in reverse. So I feel like some of you are realizing there's some action with maybe with a Leo, or not Leo specifically, but maybe there's something that you're trying to force that it's going too fast. You got to slow it down with this Leo or with this fiery energy. It's almost like you're getting intolerant with someone's attitude or how they behave with you. Yeah, 9 of Cups. So maybe it has to do with your relationship with them. Like you want them to be a little bit softer is what I feel. You want them to not be so judgmental. Remember, I was saying there's someone who has like a very picky attitude. Like they look at the details. Maybe they have Virgo in their chart or something. But this Wheel of Fortune, what's changing? Why is it showing up? We got the Emperor card here. So they want to be in charge. There may be something that happens during Aries season of next year. Some of you want to be in charge from here on out. Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts. Like you want to be in charge. Yeah, 7 of Wands. You're going after what you want. You're not taking no for an answer. 5 of Wands. You're not trying to fight. It's more so it's like I'm not questioning you. I'm telling you this is what I'm going to do. Okay. You're also fighting for something to progress with this fire sign if you're dealing with one. But you're starting to become a little bit more of the boss, or you're becoming more of the leader within the situation. You're leading the way. You're helping this other person catch up to you to some capacity. All right, so let's see how you're feeling about this whole situation, Libra. God damn it. All right, so Libra, for you, we have the King of Swords and the 3 of Swords. So, yeah, I feel like you feel like this is logical. You are a little disappointed or you've been let down. But this is all from your life. This is all things from you with the Libra energy here. And then with this King of Swords, it's almost like you want something to be communicated. You're tired of someone not expressing themselves, or you want to express yourself. But I'm seeing there's just like someone's not saying enough for you, and it's starting to piss you off. Or maybe it's disappointing you. I don't want to say piss you off because I don't think you're angry. I think you're just kind of like, what's the problem? What's wrong? Why won't you say this? Why won't you do this? Okay, who is this dealing with? All right, so it could be a Pisces, or someone has some type of Piscean energy within their chart, or maybe Neptune is heavy. But I'm seeing there's like someone who's just kind of in the clouds, or maybe there's someone who's super dreamy, someone who has a lot of imagination, but they're not making it come down to earth and making it come down to reality. And so you're not upset with them because you feel like this is just how they are, but you're like, I want to help. I want to do this. Make it happen. Let's make this happen. Okay. All right. So that's what I'm seeing so far. How are you showing up at the end of your July? Okay, so we have wealth. So there is money in the situation. You are doing well off. I think at the end of July, you are just going to be focused on your money. There may be some profits with you and this other person. But specifically you, Libra, I see you profiting a lot from whatever you're already doing. I feel like if there is going to be any communication, it probably will be within your Leo season. I think that there's going to be some situation where some of you hear something, but it doesn't really cultivate, or it doesn't happen or manifest the way that you exactly envisioned it, which is why you're feeling a little disappointed. I also feel like whoever you're dealing with, there's a sense of them being very particular as well, like I said, with that Virgo energy. So if you are dealing with someone who you're working with, or you're dealing with someone who you're in a relationship with, there's a sense of you needed to take it slower, or maybe help them get past the little things that they're stuck on, because there seems to be someone who is very stuck on the details, which is causing them to be stagnated within the dynamic between you and them. And so this is what I'm seeing. It's not that they don't want to cooperate. It's more so that they want to cooperate so bad that they are getting stuck with the little details. And so it's causing, situations that need to be rectified. Okay, so not bad. It's just more so of like, okay, Libra, what can you do to fix this? What can you do to make them snap out of it, All right, so that's what I'm getting. Let's get one more card. What is the moral of the July for Libra? What was the moral of the story, of the situation? Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. Here it is. Whoop. So we have trapped in fear. The number 8. So again, with this 8 of Pentacles, that was the first card that we got within your spread. So it's the heaviest energy. So with this number 8, trapped in fear, it's almost like you're trapped in trying to make whatever you're trying to work on. You want to make it work so bad that you're starting to create your own issues and worries about it. I feel like you have a lot of anxiety attached to this, or you have a lot of just issues in general with the situation. Like you want it to be a certain way, but it's like all of these things that you're afraid of are cultivated within your own mind. It's made with your own mind. So a lot of it can be avoided just by simply looking at the facts. Libra, you're one of the smartest signs. I say this all all the time. Libra is one of the smartest signs in the zodiac, if not the smartest, when it comes to logics and logistics. So you have to use that to your best ability. I tell Aquarius this all the time. I say your brain is your biggest, asset, but it can also be your biggest enemy. Libra, I feel like you're kind of letting this get the best of you. So instead of creating problems or creating reasons why something won't work, figure out and plan ways for it to work, for it to make sense, for it to go past whatever stagnation it has encountered thus far. And when you do that, I think there's going to be a lot of rewards for you, but I think it is something you have to kind of work through. And I think communication between you and this other person has to strengthen. It has to be fine-tuned, or maybe there has to be a better way for you guys to communicate in order for this to actually work. Ooh. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you, Libra. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like to contact me on different platforms, I do have an Instagram. I also have a Gmail so that you can email me for private readings from me to you based on your natal chart. I'll see you guys in another reading. Bye, Libra.